I'm at Border Paws Animal Shelter for another edition of Pet Project, and today we have a gorgeous cat named Honeysuckle who's been here for quite a while. Can you tell me a little bit about her story and how she came to Border Paws?
So Honeysuckle is our longest resident. She's a 2-year-old, I believe, female, domestic short hair, and she has been in our care since August. She's now been here for 170 days. She's a really nice cat. She's in a condo with 5 other boys. She gets along with other cats. She gets along with other dogs, and she's really good with kids. Older people, pretty much anything. She'd fit into any home, I think.
Yeah, she's been super chill since we've put her on the counter,
like
kind of bribing her with some treats a little bit. But even before they came out, she was kind of just curious about her surroundings. But she seems like such a sweet cat who will come up to you to get love and pets, with or without treats, I think.
I think so too.
Yes, and like you said, she's fit for really any household.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, she'd fit in good with anybody. And yeah, if, you're looking for a cat, we'd love to get her adopted. 170 days is way too long for an animal to stay in a shelter, so it'd be really nice to see her get adopted sooner than later.
And I mentioned that she'd come in as a stray.
Yes, yep, she just came in, I believe, I want to say Bylaw brought her in, so yeah, she was just kind of found walking around town, and she was quite a bit smaller when she came to us. We kind of love our animals a little too much, so she has put on some weight, but I mean, when you're here too, you don't get to do as much running around, so yes. She could lose a little bit of weight when she gets adopted and has a whole house to run around in.
Yes, and she was in one of the condos that we've been in before.
Yes,
and,
so she's been on before.
I think she was the chillest one out of all the cats in the condo, being the only girl, but no, she definitely does seem like she'd be the perfect fit. Would you say that she'd be fine if there were other animals in the house as well?
Oh, absolutely. Like, she's paired right now in a condo with probably our craziest cats. You've met them
Yes.
before. You know they're all quite crazy. So yeah, no, I think she's a very chilled cat, so I think she would do good in any environment with any animals. It's quite loud here every day, and she doesn't seem to mind. You'll find her just usually lounging in her tree, sleeping.
Yes, for sure. Now, you have an event that's starting now that you started last year after one of the most iconic actresses unfortunately passed away, the Betty White Challenge. Tell me a little bit about the first one last year and then what you kind of expect for this year.
So yeah, I mean, it was really sad to see, but I mean, Betty White was such an advocate for animals. So, somebody last year started the Betty White Challenge, and it was just so overwhelming with across the world the amount of money she brought in. Our shelter alone brought in over $11,000 last year. So that was absolutely amazing. So it's now becoming, I believe, a yearly thing. So it is today. It's her birthday today. So if you want to donate, you can go right to our Facebook page, and we have a link right on the Betty White Challenge that you can click. And I mean, any amount of money helps. If you want to do $1, we are asking $5, but I mean, anything, right? If you even want to just do $1, that's fine. You can also call into the shelter. We could do it over the phone if you have a credit card, or you can stop on in and we can take the donation from you.
And is it just happening today, or?
Yes, so it's going to actually run until tomorrow morning. So our link on our Facebook page won't, I mean, honestly, if you want to call tomorrow, we could still take the donation too, but yeah, we'll have it go. The link will run till tomorrow morning. So tonight, if you want to donate, just go click on that link and you can donate.
Which is, I think, the perfect first event for you guys of the new year, considering, she, like you said, she was a huge advocate for animal rights. So it's amazing that this has been now put in her name to, create that long-lasting legacy that she has already created. Now, you also have something that's kind of exciting. You have a PetSmart event now happening every month.
Yeah, so it's going to be at the end of each month. I kind of will talk a little more about it next week once we got the details. But yeah, no, we're going to start trying to do that just because it's like, you've been to our events before.
Yes.
It's a lot nicer to go out to somewhere and actually see the animals while you're shopping. Yeah. So we actually have partnered with PetSmart, and they are going to plan on doing one once a month for us. I'm not exactly sure the dates yet, but yeah, we're planning on doing that at the end of every month. So, if you can't make it down to the shelter, we'll be doing it the Saturday and the Sunday of each month.
And what would you kind of say to people who want to come out to these adoption events to think about kind of adopting a pet? kind of advice before they show up?
I mean, you can always, we do do same day adoptions if you do your application ahead of time, but I just always say fill your application out ahead of time, because then if you come down and you meet, your forever animal, you can take them home that day. PetSmart's really nice because it's a different environment. It's not as loud. I kind of feel the animals are less stressed because they don't have the dogs barking, all that kind of stuff. So my advice would just be fill out that application ahead of time. Even if you don't know what animal, just write cat or dog, and come on down and meet the animals.
That's awesome. I'm sure a lot of people will benefit from these adoption events, because I know last year going to different stores like HomeSense and Winners and then PetSmart, obviously, it helped. It was nice and a different environment, of course, for the animals to be in as well. Kind of get used to them being on the outside instead of just being in the shelter. So it's definitely a good thing to have, and you guys have seen some success from it. So it's nice to have those kind of events every month on top of the bigger events that you'll hold throughout the year, which I'm excited to hear all about once kind of plans are solidified a little bit. Now, every week I ask the same question: any donations that you're in need of, or things that you're looking for?
I feel like a broken record, but again, just food, right? I mean, we can always use food. I know we're running a little low on kitten wet especially, so if people have wet kitten food they want to donate, we can absolutely take that. And again, Amazon wish list if you're not really sure what to get.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And Honeysuckle, you were a perfect guest, always just super chill. So I'm sure she will have no problem finding her forever home.
Awesome. Thank you.
Pet Project is sponsored by the Pet Pad. For total pet care, think Pet Pad.